There we go. I was like waiting, going, okay, is it coming? Good evening, good evening, good evening. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. I hope your weekend has been good. It is Sunday already. I felt bad. My Dukies got knocked out of the tournament for the NCAA, if anybody's watching the tournament. But it happens. What are you going to do, right? Part of it all. It's funny. I used to watch a lot of college basketball back in the day. I really watched a lot. I didn't watch one game this year, not one. I just really don't have the interest anymore like I used to for a lot of those type of things. I mean, even football. I mean, I watched a little bit of my Cowboys, but not, I mean, they sucked this last year. So, I mean, it's kind of hard watching when they're getting beat all the time. All right. So anyway, before we jump, let's see who we got here first. Village Homestead's in the house. Bobby Farron, Carol Prince, Alex is here. Mimi's in the house. Dale from Ohio, Denise, Marcence, Delbert Jones, Dina Winters, or Dina Walters. I'm sorry. Vicky's in the house. JJ's here. Luke Thompson. So welcome everybody. Glad to see you guys all here. Uh, so before we jump into anything, I want to remind everybody that this is a very family-friendly oriented channel. Again, if please be decent in the chat. No racism, no nastiness. If you cannot abide by those very simple, easy rules, those awesome people lit up in blue with the blue wrenches are going to boot you out of here because we're not going to tolerate it. And if you have something that so if anybody does come in and act like a jerk, I would ask you to please do not engage with them. Let my moderators take care of them. That's their job. Um, Ed, do you think your decline in sports decreased as your interest in self-efficiency increased? I think a lot of peppers lose that tribalism interest. You know what? Bigger fish to fry. Yeah, I think it had a lot to do with it, Ricky Bobby. That's a great question too, by the way. Yeah, I think there was just bigger fish to fry. Things were more important. Now, don't get me wrong. I will tell you right now, I am a diehard Yankee fan. I've been a diehard Yankee since I was a little kid. I will try to watch as many of those games as I possibly can. So my love for baseball is still there, and I do the package thing so I can watch as many games as I possibly can. So I do that. So, but other than that, as far as the like regular pro basketball, I don't watch it at all. Now I will tell you what, back in the day, I watched basketball all the time. All right, actually, we're gonna set a goal. Hold on, let me do this real quick first. All right, we're gonna do this. I forgot to do it. I think I have to wait until I'm on here. Um, so because it's Sunday and Sundays are generally better streams, I'm gonna set the goal for 10. But I see Vicky signed up as a beginning prepper, so Vicky, thank you very much for that. I do appreciate it. So again, guys, you don't have to donate to the channel. If you would like to, I definitely would appreciate it. So I set a goal for 10. I usually do 5, and I think we got 7 in the last one. So I think just for fun, we'll put it at 10. And if you guys want to donate, help the channel out, again, very much appreciated. Uh, then, like I said, again, I do appreciate that. So, all right. We won't do a thumbs up goal yet. We'll wait till we're about a half an hour in and we'll kind of figure with a gauge of where we're going to be with the chat. And we'll kind of go from there with that one. But anyway, again, if you have something that you want to have stand out for me, all cap locks for me, please. And I appreciate that very much. It stands out for me. I'll tell you what's funny. I was watching one of the games and they were showing the highlights. And anybody that follows baseball at all, if I say this umpire's name, you're going to know exactly who I'm talking about. C.B. Buckner, I think, is the guy's name. So, I believe that's his name, okay? One of the worst umpires out there, guys. This guy is horrible, notorious for missing calls, okay? And so I was watching, CB Buckner, I think is his name. and I was watching, and so that you get the way that it works now, they're doing the new thing with the challenges. Okay. Uh, yeah, he sucks. Busy bee prepper. Yeah. Um, so anyway, what they have now is you get two challenges per game, and you can use them. And if you win your challenge, then you retain it. So you like, but if you challenge a call and you were wrong, like usually balls and strikes generally, or like a play at the plate, or on the base pass, whatever the case may be. But if you're wrong on your challenge, right, then you lose that challenge. So you only get like the two, but I mean, it could be 10 if you got all 10 correctly. All right. So anyway, so this CB Buckner is behind the plate, and so he rings the guy up, strike three, and the guy, you do the little pat on the head. He challenges the call, overturned it because it was a ball. The very next pitch, CB Buckner, strike three, and the guy again challenges. Again, it was a ball. Hilarious, hilarious, because you could see he was pissed. This umpire was mad. So I find amusing. That type of stuff I think is very amusing. But anyway, so let's get into this. Yeah, they still have the 25 sec. I actually I think it's less than 25 seconds now. So they're speeding up the game, which I think is a really good thing. Anybody, if you guys have followed baseball for any time, Nomar Garciaparra, okay, if you remember him from back in the day for the Boston Red Sox, that dude's at bats after every pitch, he'd step out of the box, readjust his gloves. I mean, it was ridiculous how long this guy took. He would not survive today because you have a certain amount of time. You better be in the box, or you're going to get a pitch is going to be called a strike on you. So it's crazy, but it's like I think it's better for the game. The pitchers have to work faster, which again I think is better for the game. You're going from back in the day, a 4.5 hour game. It's not like that anymore. It's yeah, Shohei Otani's a great player, but it's just it's much faster, which is better. You can have game can be over in 2.5 hours, maybe three, if it's a high scoring game. But yeah, it's not like it used to be, which I like a lot of the rules that they've implemented now because it makes the game faster and better. But anyway, all right. So I know we're sitting here talking baseball while the world is falling apart, right? um, there's a lot of stuff that's happening right now. Again, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention. We just had some troops now into the Middle East. The amphibian. Hey, JJ, Ed Sports used to be fun to watch until the prima donnas went to voice their political view. Wrong platform. I agree 100%, JJ. I agree 100%. Thank you so much again for the donation. I appreciate that. So there's one of 10, guys. We 9 more, and we'll hit the goal, right, of super chats. But thank you, JJ. And you're right. When it's just like actors and actresses, any kind of sports figure, your job is to entertain. That's your job, period. I don't care what your political views are. I don't care who you voted for. I don't need you to tell me that I need to vote for somebody. I don't care if you like the president, don't like the president. It makes no difference to me. Now, I have my opinion as well. Don't get me wrong, okay? I have my opinion as well, but it doesn't make me right or wrong. But I'm not telling you, right? I'm not telling you what you need to do. I will never tell you guys what you need to do other than preparedness. I'll tell you should prepare. If you do it, that's great. If you don't, obviously that's going to be on you. But I'm always going to be a proponent of being ready because that helps you. It's something that's going to be positive in your life, not negative. So, but anyway, yeah, it's just you know, Michael Jordan says Republicans buy shoes too. Absolutely, they do. Absolutely, they do. But well, the Oscars were the least watched Oscars in how long? I mean, their ratings are down the toilet because it all becomes, let me grandstand for whatever my cause is, and all the rest of you are stupid and ignorant because you don't follow exactly what I do. I hate that mentality. I cannot stand that mentality. Because again, you can have a different view, and that's perfectly fine. Just because I think you're wrong with whatever, it doesn't make you a bad person. It's just like I said again, a different. This is really bouncing. Let's see if I can't adjust this a little. Hopefully that'll help because that was bouncing. I'm hitting the table. All right, so that's a little bit better. All right, so less bouncy. Hey, Village Homestead. Um, I can get a dog to catch a ball and no lectures. There you go. There you go. Thank you so much for the donation as well. I appreciate that. So see, we got 2 out of 10 so far. So that's awesome. Also, guys, we got 214 in the chat. 91 thumbs up. So again, if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I'm going to ask you to please do so to show support for the channel. Again, it really makes a huge, huge difference with the algorithms. So I thank you for that one as well. Again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. And again, I thank you ahead of time. So real quick, we're gonna go off topic for just a second, I promise, and then we'll get back on it. I was thinking about this today. This actress just died, and they were talking about the movie that she was in, The World According to Garp. Okay, she just died. And I was thinking of bad movies that I've seen. And the worst movie by far, none comes even close, was Hotel New Hampshire. Now, there is a close second. I will say there's a close second, and that was Nacho Libre with Jack Black. That was a horrible movie as well. But Hotel New Hampshire came back out. It was in the 80s. It was in the theater watching this awful movie. Literally got up and left partway through the movie because the theme of the movie, right? The theme of the movie, this guy wanted to bang his sister. And so when that became like the whole thing of the movie, I was so disgusted. I stood up, and I'm not very quiet, okay? I generally say my opinion, and I went, "Oh yeah." I mean loud. "Oh yeah." I go, "I want to F my sister too." And I was and which I don't, okay? Just be clear. And I got up and I walked out of the theater. It was horrible. One of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. So I'm sure you guys have those as well. But that one, it just kind of like brought that back. It was a horrible, horrible movie. Sounds like I didn't miss anything missing that movie. You didn't. No, you did not. That was, like I said, one of the worst movies I've ever seen. And the worst part was I paid money to see it. So it happens. Hotel New Hampshire. I think it was like, it was in the 80s, early 80s, I think. I don't remember exactly when, but like I think it was early 80s. Guys, we're talking a few years back. So I don't remember exactly when I saw the movie, but it was horrible. Horrible. All right. So things are dragging on, right? We're in our 4th week of this situation in the Middle East. And here's what I find ironic. Okay, tell me I'm wrong on this one, right? I just read an article, and they're talking about Iran, right? Yeah, now I know not what to watch exactly. They were talking about Iran and how Iran is hitting strategic targets of American targets in the Middle East, right? So they're going after certain things, and there's been talk that Russia is giving them information of what targets to go after, right? So they're targeting those type of things. But in the meantime, we have hit over 10,000 targets in Iran between us and Israel, right? 10,000 targets. But the way that they're pushing, and tell me I'm wrong on this, guys, in China as well. Yeah. Tell me I'm wrong on this one. All right. They're pushing the narrative to look like Iran is doing great. Am I wrong on that? We're talking legacy news media. Legacy news media. Are they pushing to look like Iran is doing well and they're holding up and they're hanging on? Iran took out a U.S. Air Force Boeing E-3 Sentry in Saudi Arabia. I did see that. Hey, you know what? Here's something. There's an old saying, Alex, okay? Even a blind squirrel gets a nut once in a while. Okay, blind squirrel, and they are not. They're getting decimated. We have. I really don't understand how people can say Iran is doing well. What 90 was it? What do you have to like 93% of their navy is at the bottom of the sea? 93%, right? They got no Air Force which to speak of. All right, so they're using drones and they're using missiles and stuff like that. But we have greatly degraded their capability. Do they still have capability of putting some out? Yes. Are they trying to be more strategic in their targeting? Yes. Are they still going to go after Israel? Of course. And now the Houthis have jumped on board and they started shooting missiles uh, towards Israel as well. Okay, these things are going to happen. You are going to suffer casualties in war. It happens, okay? Um, but we're wiping everything out, and we haven't even gone after the infrastructure yet, guys. We haven't gone after the power grid. We haven't gone after their oil fields. I think Israel did the one thing in the one oil field, and everybody freaking lost their mind, right? They lost their mind. But again, you just got to be you have to look at the situation and realize, I mean, again, you're going to have people that are going to say what they're going to say, and whatever, that's perfectly fine. But you know I just saw, I knew that they were putting in 1,000 paratroopers from the 82nd Airborne. I just saw something that they're planning on getting like 10,000 of these airborne units ready to deploy to the Middle East. That's not good. That is not good. That means boots on the ground, right? And I honestly, do I think they're going to do boots on the ground? Um, hey, hey, everyday people of Iran have no food, no water. Americans and Israelis have hit their power, right? No, no, they haven't gone after their power yet. Iranian hacker apparently are working around the clock. They have hacked the FBI director's emails and posted his personal pics online. Oh, that's not a surprise, JJ. That's really not a surprise at all. Uh, I was in a pain clinic waiting room talking to a couple of women seated next to me. Told me to shut up. What the f can you? You can't talk. Yeah, here's the other thing. It's a problem. Okay, and honestly, this is, and I want people to think about this. And I know that, like, most of the people watching my live streams, most of the people watching my channel are going to be right leaning. All right, because I'm pretty much a conservative. I mean, I do have a few liberal views, but here's what I have a problem with. Okay, people have short attention spans, right? These people that are telling you to shut the f up at the doctor's office, right? Because maybe you have an opinion that they don't agree with. These are the same people, folks, okay? Of course, we're off topic, Village Homestead. These are the same people that in this last administration, right, wanted to put people that didn't agree with what they said into re education camps. Who remembers that, right? Who remembers that? That's what they wanted to do. This is the same people, right, in the last administration that you had to have your papers, right? You couldn't go anywhere, you couldn't do anything unless you had your papers, your face diaper on. When you went into Walmart, they had the little arrows telling you which way to go, up what aisle or down the other. I never did it. I did the opposite on purpose. I did. I did it on purpose. You're not going to tell me that I have to follow your little pattern and stay so many feet apart, and this big plastic screen in front of the cashier is going to save you and them. But oh, let's do this. I'm going to hand you my money. You're going to handle my money. You're going to make change and hand me money back. But oh, you're perfectly safe because you have this plastic barrier up there. Insanity, folks. Insanity, right? And and then people were the crap that they had on their face, you know, not effective. I will just say that. N95 or higher, right? And then it has to basically be, changed out every so many hours. Well, nobody had the money to do that, right? And some of the stuff I saw people have on, I used to just laugh. I used to be like, this is insanity. absolute insanity. So, but again, and what's going to happen here at the midterms, folks? You watch and see. Almost can guarantee the Democrats are going to take control of the House again because it happens pretty much every election cycle. The one team that's in, right, they either lose the Senate or they lose the House, and then we get the real games getting played. Get the real games getting played. I'm sure these morons, when they get control of the House again, I'm sure that they're going to go and try to impeach him again because, that's the only thing they got. Anything that they can do to disrupt what this president is doing. Yeah, and we all lose. Yes, Village Homestead. And that's the problem. That's the problem. They're either, and then like they're mad at Fetterman, right? They're all the Democrats in Pennsylvania are mad at Fetterman, um, you know, because he's basically saying, no, we need to do these things. And they don't like that because he's not stepping in line and doing as he's told. It's insanity. You watch and see. Watch and see if and I could be wrong. And I hope that that it's not going to be the case. But don't be surprised when it comes up for him to be reelected, meaning Fetterman, that they try to put somebody else, a different Democrat, up against him to get you know get that going. And I'll tell you what, when he got into office, I was like, oh, I don't know about this, but I respect the guy because he's for the people. He's not for the party. He's for what's best for the American people. And that's what I like about Fetterman, even if it goes against what his party wants to do. And I think that that's awesome. And I think more of them on both sides of the aisle should be like that. Come together, get stuff done that's going to benefit the people. All they do is they play these huge games, they grandstand. I don't know if you saw this or not, and I think it's wonderful, right? At 87 years old, Maxine Waters is running for reelection once again. Really? Shouldn't, if you have a job, a regular job that you're going to work for every day, they want you to retire at 65. And if they can get you out of there earlier, they're going to do it, right? Because you're not going to be as sharp. You're not going to be as productive. But these politicians, man, what Strom Thurmond, South Carolina, back in the day, was 100 years old, and wheel him in the wheelchair to vote. I mean, and he was a Republican. But again, really? Really? I mean, there should be a point where they go, hey, maybe once you hit a certain age you can finish your term, but then you're done. And I just folks, I'll tell you what, I've been a nurse forever. Okay. I have met some people that were older, sharp as a tack. I mean, sharp as a tack. One guy took care of, his name was Gene, body falling apart around him. Mine still as sharp as ever. Thought the world of this guy. He was absolutely awesome. Really good guy. But other people, they get to a certain point, and the mind slips. It happens. It happens to everybody. We have an 80-year-old male nurse working in the overnights in an ICU. Wow, that's crazy. No thanks. No thanks. No desire. No desire anymore. So, but well, my favorite, I'll be honest with you. My favorite thing that I used to see during the whole thing, kid on his bicycle by himself, nobody else around him, out in nature, on the road, on his bicycle with a mask on. Or that was one thing. Or the other one, the idiots in their car by themselves, they're in their car and still have the mask on. It was just like you couldn't make it up. You couldn't make it up. I used to be like, no common sense, no brain in their head. And if they did an ounce of research, they would have realized what people like myself were saying. But if I came on here back then and said my opinion, or basically this is a fact, right? YouTube would have shut me down. They would have given me a strike, and it would have been like I'm spreading misinformation. But then later on, of course, they come out and but so here, real quick, other question. And then we're gonna get back on topic. Anthony Fauci, why did he need to have a pardon? Right? If he was so above board and helping everybody and doing the right thing, why did he have to have a pardon? Complete immunity? That's a question. That's a question, right? So, but somebody says severe allergies in your car. In your car. I don't know about that. Oh, he retired. He retired. Yep, and he got full immunity. So, but anyway, it's. Hey, Denise, thank you very much for the donation. I appreciate it. So that's 3 out of 10, guys. 7 more if you feel like helping out. I do appreciate it. Um, oh, he got a huge package. Nice retirement. He was making more than the president, Real Freedom. He was making more than the president. So we got a goal of 10. So we're at 3 out of 10, guys. So if you want to keep, throwing a donation there, like I said, again, anything that you guys donate goes back into helping the channel grow and doing what we're doing down here. So again, it is appreciated. But yeah, it never ends. Oh, hold on 1 second. I want to. Oh, very nice. Sandy sending me a picture. She's working on her place. Um, I don't think he made 800,000. I don't think it was that much, but he was making more than the president. Like the president's 400,000. I think he was making um, like 490,000, something like that. I believe. Have you made it to Sandstone Falls in West Virginia? Yes, I've been down there. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So yeah, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous sight down there. So guys, we're at 327 in the chat. We got 153 thumbs up. So if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I'm going to ask you to please do so to show support for the channel. Let's set a moderate goal. Let's say 250. So let's see if we can hit 250 thumbs up. So again, if you haven't done so yet, I do appreciate it. Again, it really does help with the algorithms. The more interaction for the channel, it pushes us higher up in the things. Also, again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. And again, I thank you ahead of time for that. Going back to what the economy, we keep being told how wonderful the economy is doing, right? Keep being told that. Economy's great, everything's wonderful. But when you ask everyday people, how is the struggle? How are things? What's the cost of things? Um, it's just exponentially gone up. Anything that you're getting, goods, services, it's more and more and more. Look at the fast food prices, folks. Why do you think so many people are not going out to eat fast food anymore? Because it costs too much money. Real Freedom says paid $5.29 a gallon for diesel today. Yeah, I haven't even been out since I don't even know what, Tuesday maybe. I'm not even sure what day I was out, but yeah, beef has gone insane. It's insane for beef. A pound of hamburger, I mean, it's ridiculous how much stuff costs. Yeah, and fast food quality is tanked. Yeah, you think so? Yeah, auto pen immunity, exactly. But yeah, and coffee prices are outrageous as well. So oil saying is at 98.81. Alex is saying right now. Okay. My wife is a nurse, and she said she'd forget to take the mask off after wearing it for 12 hours straight. It put everybody in slow motion. Oh, I could imagine. I could not imagine. But like I said, everything is going up. So as the gas prices are going up, as the diesel prices are going up. Transporting goods is going to cost more money, which is going to increase grocery prices, which are already ridiculous. Trying to even go in and get anything for $100. So hey, Bad Boy Channel, glad to help, bro. Thank you, man. I appreciate the donation. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. So that's 4 out of 10, guys. So thank you very much. And again, if you want to throw something to help the channel, again, it is very much appreciated. People complain about gas in the United States, but it's $11 a gallon in Germany. That's insane. That is insane. Yeah, how much did that oxygen restrict oxygen levels in people? That's a very, very good question. That is a very, very good question. Just went to a local restaurant tonight. $12 for a large fish fry or fish sandwich, fries, and coleslaw with refills on drinks. $15. Wife made 2 meals. I left the fries in the roll behind. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, and the thing is, if you're looking at it now, it's actually cheaper to go buy some hamburger, get like Hamburger Helper or whatever you're going to eat, Sloppy Joes or tacos or whatever, and just make them at home. 2, 3 people go into a fast food joint, you're looking at $35, $40. It's crazy. And like I said, again, I rarely anymore go. And if I do go, I'm a Taco Bell guy, so I like my Taco Bell. But I try to stay away from it. In Southwest Washington, diesel is $6.69. That's nuts too. So that's crazy. But yeah, like I said, it's getting unaffordable for people, and they don't have discretionary funding. Talking about people on fixed incomes, folks. Yeah, you get your folks that are just got Social Security and that's all they're getting in, or maybe they got a pension as well. But that's going to be it. Whatever that is, that's where they're going to be at. And with everything that is going up and up and up, insurance, they're getting less coverage for more money taken out of their, out of their things for insurance. It's just a nonstop roller coaster that people are on, and it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing at all, and it's not helping anybody. They're gonna give us the lip service, both sides, right? And nothing changes. Nothing changes. The rich get richer. The middle class is going away because we're becoming the working poor, and then you have your freeloaders. And I'm going to tell you what. So I've worked psych a few times in my career, okay? And there are some very unhinged people out there. Well, if you guys remember back in the 90s, they closed most of the psychiatric hospitals. And where do you think those people went? They went back out on the streets. They went back on the streets. Okay, here you go. So we have a tremendous amount of lunatics, and we have a whole new generation of lunatics, entitled people that think that they should have everything for free and they're entitled to it all and they shouldn't have to pay for anything. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, and I don't understand it. And why did they do that? Why close the institutions? Cost. It cost a lot of money, and I think that's the reason that they were doing that. It was cheaper to just let them go wander the streets. But then you have situations where these people are going onto trains, right? Stabbing people and killing people, but they commit a whole bunch of crimes in the meantime. But until they finally kill somebody, then they get arrested, you know, 15, 25 arrests. I mean, it's insane. It's insane. So, and if you find a smoking deal on anything you can use, buy as much as you can while you can. There's the other thing, guys, that I really was going to talk to you guys about today, which I think is really, really important. I think that if we keep going the way we're going, and if this war keeps going, and gets dragged out and longer and longer and longer, and we get caught up in some kind of longer event, if we're putting boots on the ground, which I do believe that's going to happen, I do. Again, you're not putting all those troops into the region for nothing. You're just not. You're doing it for a reason. So, guys, we're 4 out of 10 for the goal. Oh, we're 5 out of 10. Okay. Um, Bad Boy Channel, bring the state hospitals back 100%. Yeah, no kidding. Thank you very much for the donation as well. Best time, and I've talked about this before. The best job I ever had. I was in North Carolina. I worked at a psychiatric hospital. This was before I became a nurse. I was working as a CNA in a psychiatric hospital. I can tell you, folks, I have never laughed so hard in my life, ever, ever. It was just constant entertainment, constant entertainment. But so, oh, Alex, you had a question and you took it down. I had looked at it and I don't remember what you said now. But so again, guys, we're halfway to the goal as far as donations. Again, I do appreciate it. If you can do it, that's great. If you can't, I get it. Sorry, Ed, off topic, but if y'all consider putting a bathtub in the shower room, could it be done? Yeah, absolutely, it could be done. Absolutely, and that might happen. I would actually, to be honest with you, I would almost rather do a hot tub than for a tub for a bath. So I'm still waiting for my stimulus check. Yeah, right. Yeah, they were telling us we were going to give us all this money because of Doge saved so much money from the fraud and everything else. And there's again, so I'm going to bounce off topic for a second here on this one. What's going on in Minnesota, right? Are they stopping these people from transporting millions and millions of dollars out of our country to other countries? Is anybody really going to jail? And I'm not just talking about low level ones that they've already caught. I'm talking the higher ups that knew what was going on. You're not hearing squat about that. They're not talking about that at all. And that, to me, when you're talking billions of dollars of fraud, why not? Why are we not seeing higher profile people being arrested? That if the whistleblowers are telling the truth, right? I'm not saying they are. I'm not saying they're not. But if the whistleblowers are telling the truth, and there was rampant fraud, and all these people committing, all this, and they knew it was going on, and did nothing about it, why aren't those people being arrested? So it's spreading like wildfire. A lot of blue states. I think it's happening in red states too, JJ. Fraud is not a political side. Now, does it appear there's a lot more of it going on in the blue states? It does appear that way, okay? But fraud is fraud. It doesn't matter if it's Republican or Democrat. You're greasing those guys' palms. People are going to do what you want them to do. So that really is something that is a continuous thing. So, guys, what are we at? 369 in the chat. We're at 208. So we set a goal of 250 just for the minimal goal. If we could hit 300, that would even be better. But let's see if we can hit 250 first. So if you have not shot that thumbs up yet, please do so to show support for the channel. And again, I thank you ahead of time for that. Also, again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. And again, I thank you ahead of time. Yeah, I see UConn beat Duke. I saw that. I always liked Krzyzewski, just like I like Jim Boeheim with Syracuse. They were excellent coaches, both of them. And that's, you got to have a good coach. But I know the one guy for Duke, he's only the third coach ever before the age of 40 to go to 3 times to the Great Eight. So he did make that. He didn't make the Final Four, but you're not winning them all. So, but anyway. But so yeah, let's keep those thumbs up coming, please. And again, we're halfway to the goal for the donations. So again, if you feel like you want to help, again, I do appreciate it. It does make a big difference, and it all goes right back into the channel anyway. What we're doing here, trying to get things ready and stuff like that. But got to get groceries put away and go care for the garden. I hear you, Auntie. I hear you. Yep. Always got that's getting those things ready. And that's the other thing, folks, you should be doing today. Not today, but this year, getting gardens in. Business as usual. Follow the money to Congress. Yep, exactly. Yep. Yeah, it's. I know that like the psych hospital was a little bit different um, than working some of the other stuff that I worked, but some of this. What do you think is next after the boots on the ground? You know what, Alex? I can't even begin to guess. It depends on if Iran has anything left up their sleeve. We, like I said, we have hit over 10,000 targets. There's still more to go, and they're doing it on a daily basis. They're going after the military, the ships, and the capability, the capability that they have. So they're really going after all of that. So, um, so yeah, you just have to, again, we have zero control of what they're going to do over there. It will affect us here, absolutely. Could we see shortages here? Absolutely. I mean, think about the fertilizer alone, guys. Okay, if we Israel Iranian missiles nearly hit the dome of the rock a couple of times. Yeah, I know that they're just firing them away. Okie Forge. I know that they're just like intermittently shooting everything that they can, but they're like I said, they can't do it like they were in the beginning. Because a lot of it's been taken out. And but it's the drones are a game changer. They really are because you can, you know, you got a bunch of drones and you load them up with bombs and just send them out. You're not risking any people's lives, but you're trying to, obviously take lives at that point. So uh, big thing. So yeah, like I said again, things will be affected here at home. There could be shortages here at home, and while you can and still buy in abundance, I would highly recommend that you get out there, get those things that you need to get, and get things squared away, because we're on a clock. We are on a clock, and there's always an agenda, and we're never going to know what that agenda is. But at the end of the day, what does it appear? Right? Complete and total control. I don't care who's in charge. At the end of the day, that's what they want. They want to control every aspect of our lives, tell us what we can and what we cannot do. I mean, there's a lot of that already, guys. If you live in certain municipalities and certain counties, and look at all the restrictions that they have, all the laws that they have on the books of what you're allowed to do and what you're not allowed to do, and what you need to ask permission to do. I mean, this is an ongoing thing that has been happening for a very, very long time. So, and that's not going away anytime soon. That is not going away anytime soon. So, it's just it's an insanity, and it amazes me that people are like, okay, yeah, that's fine. We're gonna do whatever they tell us to do. So, I don't know. I don't get it. I got 78K in inheritance coming. Got a 7,000 lot, a free trailer, and just waiting for the darn state of California to release it after almost 2 years. That's crazy. That is crazy. Hopefully, you didn't buy that lot in California. So, yeah. Yeah, almost impossible to find anything at the Dollar Tree for $1.25 anymore. Yeah, like I said, everything is going up and up and up. It used to be the dollar store. It ain't the dollar store no more. So, but yeah, it just like I said, it just keeps getting more and more expensive. It gets harder for people to make it. Um, And I think we're looking at a lot of hard times coming up here, folks. If they can't get the fertilizer to be able to do the crops the right way, we're going to see shortages of things. At the $5 store now, right? Um, it just it doesn't stop. It just doesn't stop. And I think people need to be smart about things. Think they need to be ready, take care of things. Excuse me, and do the best you can. Stock up, get your seeds, get your gardens in this year. Like I said, we're definitely going to be gardening this year. And then once we get our greenhouse, the first of many, hopefully done, we will be growing stuff year round here. There will be something growing at all times. and we're going to find out, what works, what doesn't work, all those good things. So, what are you going to do if your green tea is no longer available? I'll adjust. I'll adjust. Hey, while things are available, JJ, I'm going to enjoy it, right? I'm going to enjoy it. So, but once it's gone, then it's gone, and that's what I think a lot of people don't realize. We get complacent, which is not a good thing. So, guys, we got 369 in the chat, 370. We're at 228 on the thumbs up. So we need 32 more thumbs up? No, 22 more. What am I thinking? 22 more thumbs up to hit 250. So if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, please do so to show support. Again, very much appreciated. Also, again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications. We're halfway to our goals for super chats. We're 5 out of 10. So again, if you would like to donate to the channel, again, it really just goes back into doing what I'm doing here. So I appreciate that. Okay, so we're going to do egg count. How many eggs today? Yes or no for Miss Betty White? And how many of the 3 Easter eggers laid today? So total number of eggs, yes or no for Betty White, and how many Easter eggers? So I'll give you guys a minute to get your guesses in, and we will go from there. So, Mom's doing great, and Heather's doing great as well. They're both doing really, really well. And Eddie's okay also. So I'll give you guys a moment to get your guesses in. And we will go from there. So we're 239. So we need 11 more thumbs up to hit that 250 number, guys. All right. DJ slipping. I don't know what happened to DJ. DJ's falling off the cliff. He's not winning anymore. If you had the same exact guess as Papa Bear, which nobody else had, 11 eggs today. Yes for Miss Betty White, and all 3 Easter eggers laid today. This feels like, 2.0. Yeah, RC Kev, I hear you, brother. Thank you very much for the donation. Very much appreciated. But yeah, so that ties the record for the year so far with 11 eggs. They've done it twice more earlier this year. They've done it twice. So beautiful day out today. Not too hot, not too cold. But so congratulations to Papa Bear. You've won absolutely nothing, but you are happy about it. All right, so now we're at 250 on a thumbs up. Can we hit 300? That'll be a stretch. First time? Well, congratulations, my friend. Let's see if we can hit 3. That'd be just for fun. So that's what, 49 more away, guys. I know you knew I was going to up it. The chickens are doing really well as far as the eggs go. What I did here too, and you probably saw it on, if you watched the earlier video I did today, I got Kali on a run now because, she would run off and go up in the upper meadow and fart around, and then she would come back and she'd be gone half an hour, whatever. Well, the other day she was gone for like 2.5, almost 3 hours. And I'm like, okay, that's it. No more of that. So I put her on the run, and the puppies are not going to run off without their mama. So they stay close. So that's my biggest thing is with my animals is to keep everybody safe. I want to keep everybody safe. So, but, so I'll tell you real quickly today, how long do I think the war will last? I have no idea, Alex. I don't know what their agenda is. I don't know what their goals are. We were told in the beginning it might be a couple of weeks to a month, and now they're talking it might be a couple of months, and we're moving a tremendous amount of troops into the region. I don't think we're doing that just for fun. So, it's, I think things can accelerate, things can get really bad. Again, there's factors. Do they keep the Strait of Hormuz open? Is that going to stay open? Or are they going to do something to disrupt that? Because if they do that, then gas prices go up. And that's what Iran wants to see, because that puts a lot of pressure on the United States to end what they're doing, right? Because people want gas prices stabilized. They want the natural gas, especially Europe, and our prices here, it's the same thing. I mean, it's hurting. It's hurting people financially, uh, you know. And let's not even talk about the cost. The cost is outrageous for these things. So we're at 261, which will put us 38 now because we're 262. So 38 away, guys, from hitting 300. And I won't ask for any more, I promise. We hit 300, I'll be happy. So, um, but anyway, like I said again, we just things are getting tighter. I think they're going to get a lot tighter. If this war drags out and it lasts longer than people anticipate, I think you're going to see some real pain in this country. It doesn't mean that there couldn't even still be an attack in this country. That would not shock me either. So that's concerning, and it should be concerning to everybody. So no, I don't think you're seeing a draft. I really don't. The numbers are fine. The recruitment numbers are fine. Um, they raised the age up to they raised it by up to 42, I think, up from 35. So if somebody wants to go in prior service or whatever, they can go in. I don't think you're going to see a draft. I really don't. You know, and again, if there was a draft, the first ones that are getting drafted are your 18 and 19-year-olds, and they would do that first. They would draft them first, and then after they did the 18 and 19-year-olds, and if they didn't, if they needed more numbers, then they would do the 20 and 21-year-olds. I mean, that's how they've always done it, you know. And 40-year-olds are in better shape. Yeah, no kidding. A lot of these kids today. A lot of these kids today are in awful shape. Awful, scary how bad a shape they are. Well, when the egg count was 11 eggs. Yes, for Betty White, and all three Easter eggers laid today. Yeah, that's very funny. That's a very funny question. See, I'm not even going to address that, so we'll leave that alone. We were talking about Iran on Sunday school. It was Persia at the time. Well, like I said, they have been. You have a draft number. Alex. I don't think you got to worry about being drafted. I think you're safe. I think you're in good shape. But I remember my lottery number was 008. That's not high. That is not a. I registered for the. Well, it was funny because I had, at 18, I had to register for the draft, but I was already signed up, so it didn't really make a difference. I feel that if we get boots on the ground totally, then the sleeper cells will try to activate. I hope I'm wrong. Yeah, like I said again, I don't think we will go unscathed or untouched here in the States. I really don't. I think we're going to see, unfortunately, and I hope I'm wrong, but I would not be surprised if we didn't have attacks here in the States. So, yeah, selective service was mandatory. Yep, yep. You had to register for the draft when when I turned 18. Didn't mean you had to go. It just mean you had to register, and you went down to the post office, and there you go. So, but for men, yeah, no, girls didn't have to register. Only men back then. Guys, we're at 243. We're at 270 on the thumbs up, so we need 30 more. See if we can hit that. We're running out of time here, but need 30 more thumbs up and see if we can hit 300. And we're 4 super chats away from the goal. So again, if you feel like giving a super chat as well, I would appreciate it. You don't have to, but like I said, again, anything that you guys give goes right back into keeping me doing what I'm doing here, and going back into the channel. So again, it is appreciated. But stock up, stock up, guys. Get what you need to get things. Um, you know, I was at the age that I didn't have to register. Okay. Yeah, I did. So there wasn't. I have a food question. Okay, Lambs, light shoot. Let me see your food question. So we're 20, or now we're at 281. So we're 19 away, guys. Let's see if we can get those 19 thumbs up and hit 300. Um, but yeah, again, I think we're looking at hard times coming up. Hey, Village Homestead. Back in World War II, boys had balls and wanted to go to war. Now boys cry because they have balls. Also, Iran will win financially at 40 trillion deficit. CBDC. Yeah, I mean, it's. I appreciate, again, the donation, and I appreciate the statement. Yeah, it's a different generation of people now. Um, did I miss the egg guess? Yes, we're long over, Auntie. We had 11 eggs today. Yes for Betty White and 3 Easter eggers. Can we store rice, pasta, dried beans in a building that isn't climate control? You can. It's better to have it in a climate control area if you can do it. If you can keep it in a cool, dry place, it's going to last a lot longer. So that would be like if you in a closet, something like that, where it's going to not get a lot of sunlight. That's going to be your better bet. That's just my advice to you. Like I said, as soon as we get our root cellars in, we're going to be starting with one. We will be doing more of those as well. We will be getting everything that we have underground. And that is a really good goal to have because then again, constant temperature, it doesn't change and stuff like that. So that's what's up, dude. I'm stocking up on ammo, water, and treatment gear. Nothing wrong with that. Definitely need to be stocked up on those things as well. Very much so. I turned 18 in 83 and I registered. Me too. Same year. Same year. All right, we're at 285, guys. I'm too sexy for my shirt. I love that. All right, JJ, thank you very much. It puts us at 8 of 10 for the goal, guys. Thank you for the donation as well. Oh, I'll be out there, baby. I'll be showing the guns off. as soon as well, like I said, the other day it was nice out. I had no shirt on. Um, I will be doing this, and I don't care. I do not care. So there was no draft for women back then. No, only for men. My name is Edward. Also, see, there we go. Great minds. Perfect, right? And we're still kicking. But so we're at 290, guys. We need 10 more. Got like 2 minutes left in the chat. We need 10 more thumbs up to hit that 300 goal. But again, guys, control what you can control. Do what you can do to help yourselves. I think that's really, really important. And just do the best you can. That's the key. Do the best that you can. Be as ready as you can. Stock up on the things that you're going to need. Ammo, obviously a huge one. Definitely make sure you got plenty of that. Yes, lots of over-the-counter meds. That's a really smart one today as well. Definitely get those things like that you're going to need. So we're 296. 4 more, guys. You guys can do 4 more thumbs up. I know you can. So we're very close to that 300 goal, which is cool. That's very cool. Oh, the No Kings protesters. People are morons, folks. I'm sorry. I can't. I just can't. We haven't had a king here since the 1700s, right? But these idiots are going to go out there and play their little games and dance around. And so I don't know if you saw this, okay? And you want to talk about insulting. So the kid asked this one protester, "How come you're not seeing a lot of blacks protesting, the No Kings thing? It's middle-aged liberal white lunatics is what it is, okay? I mean, be honest. The majority." And the person said, well, blacks are afraid that they're going to be arrested. And they also said, and they can't afford to not take a day off to protest. They have to go to work. The protest was on a Saturday, I think it was, or Sunday, one of the two. I think it was Saturday they did the No Kings protest. So most people are off on Saturday. Then they even doubled down and said, well, these people, meaning the blacks, don't have ID, they don't have cars, so they can't drive around. I'm like, how ignorant is that? And how insulting to black people would that be? And that's just my opinion. So crazy, crazy stuff, guys. Absolutely crazy. Hey, 304, guys, you hit the 300 mark, so thank you so much for that. But anyway, we didn't hit our goal on the super chats, but that's okay. I appreciate the ones that you guys gave us, and that really does help. So thank you very much for that as well. We still got 2 minutes, 3 minutes for the goal. 2 more super chats. But anyway, guys, I'm going to leave you with my favorite saying: STD, step, thing, and day. If you set realistic goals that you can reach, and follow my mantra, one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time, you can accomplish anything that you set your mind to, and the only person that's going to stop you from achieving your goals is going to be you. That's it, nobody else. Stay positive. Ed, you're looking fuzzy with that beard. Yeah, it's filling in pretty good. I trim it all the time because I'll get like the little hairs that'll pop out. But again, step, thing, and day. Follow that mantra. You can accomplish anything, and the only person that can stop you from achieving those goals is going to be you. That's it, nobody else. Stay away from negative people telling you what you cannot accomplish. You can do it if you work at it methodically. And then once you achieve that goal, what can they say? They can't say anything because you did it. So just, it's up to you guys, okay? Is this a Republican channel? I'm not Republican. I'm not Democrat. I don't vote. I've never voted, and I never will vote. So some people like that, some people don't. But I realized a long time ago as a very young person, two sides of the same coin, two wings on the same bird. They're all in it for themselves. They're rich friends and the special interest groups that got them elected. That's it, period. They don't care about us. So as soon as you wake up to that fact, you're going to be in a lot better shape, folks. I will see you all later. I hope you guys have a great night. And Miss Hella says hello to everybody. And I will see you guys later. Prepper Nurse 1 out for now. Yes, get down, baby.